That's history. Two weight classes.
Why is it history?
It's history because very few fighters jump up 2 weight classes, right?
Canelo has such unique skills, and one of the weird things that he does that very few people since Rocky Marciano does is he punches your arms.
Yes.
He brutalizes your arms.
I think it's a massive challenge. Just the weight alone, it's a massive challenge. But in terms of skills and competitiveness, he's on a level. It's just the weight. It's going to be tough.
Usage of anything or anything that would enhance Canelo's performance.
I'll be very, very careful. I'll be very, very careful. I mean, if I was fighting Canelo, I would ask for testing every single minute.
Bernard Hopkins just stamped Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford as the most publicized fight in boxing history, and predicting an event that will echo through the sport for years to come. In addition, Bernard Hopkins shared his excitement for the fight, saying that Terence Crawford has a real shot because of his heart, talent, and the way he approaches each fight with a sharp game plan and strategy.
That's history. Two weight classes.
Why is it history?
It's history because very few fighters jump up 2 weight classes, right? I did 60 to 75 to fight that man. Take a picture of him. Antonio, right? Antonio, I call him, right? Tarver.
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone.
However, Hopkins emphasized that Canelo is no weakling. Having watched Canelo for years, he added that once again, fans are getting to see the best fight the best in this Canelo versus Crawford clash, and that Crawford daring to step up like this is exactly how you show the world you're chasing greatness.
What do you make of his chances against the man you worked with for many years?
Great chance. He have a great chance because of his heart, his talent, and also his game plan and his strategy. But Canelo is no pushover. I've watched Canelo for multiple years. Again, the best is fighting the best. And Crawford dared to be great. And this is one of the ways you do it. And you tell the world, watch, pay attention, and watch me make history. I will be one of those watching amongst millions of other people. I can't wait to, I believe, November or September.
You have to understand that it's stages and everything, and you must live by the code and not soften up and become somebody that deceives the future that's coming behind them to think that second is better than number one.
Last.
Crawford.
Believe Crawford, even though fought twice, throughout the year, Crawford, was.
But look who he beat.
Undisputed.
Look who he beat. Look who he beat. What he did to Spence and how he did it. That's 3 fights to me. And it took 4 fights out of Spence, right? I'm a fighter, so I can tell you when you get punished like that.
Yeah, I was there ringside watching the fight.
It takes a few years out of you. Don't see the years right now, but it sort of takes something out of that person.
Weighing in on Crawford's chances, boxing coach Andy Lee shared his perspective, saying it's a huge challenge, especially with the jump in weight alone being a major hurdle. However, when it comes to skills and competitiveness, Lee believes Crawford is on an elite level. For him, the real test for Terence will be how he handles the extra weight.
I think it's a massive challenge. Just the weight alone, it's a massive challenge. But in terms of skills and competitiveness, he's on a level. It's just the weight. It's going to be tough.
Canelo's got the weight. I just edge him maybe a little bit, but Crawford's got that style and skill and competitiveness. I love Crawford. He's one of my favorites.
Furthermore, Andy Lee also admitted that he genuinely has no idea who would come out on top, acknowledging that both Crawford and Canelo are such exceptional fighters that it's almost impossible to pick a clear winner.
I don't know how that fight's going to go. They're both legends, Hall of Famers, two great champions. I have no idea who's going to win that fight. Really, I don't, because they're such good fighters.
Adding to that, Joe Rogan threw his support behind Crawford, expressing confidence that he has what it takes to beat Canelo Alvarez. Rogan said Crawford absolutely has the chance to win, but emphasized that to pull it off, Crawford will need to display the best boxing skills of his entire career.
Earlier we talked about Canelo versus Crawford.
Yes.
Do you think Terrence Crawford can beat Canelo Alvarez?
Yeah, I think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but he's going to have to box a brilliant fight. Canelo has such unique skills, and one of the weird things that he does that very few people since Rocky Marciano does is he punches your arms.
Yes.
He brutalizes your arms.
Building on that, Anthony Yard voiced his confidence in Terrence Crawford, stating that Crawford absolutely has the abilities and tools to pull off something like this. He added that this is exactly why everyone is so excited, because nobody truly knows how it will play out, since styles make fights. He added that Canelo is a bulldozer, but pointed out that this will not be the kind of fight where Canelo can just coast through or face an opponent who will not engage. He believes Crawford will meet Canelo head-on because he is stepping in there with a clear intent to win.
Terrence Crawford is He's a great. He can definitely accomplish something like this. But it's one of them things where that's why we're all so excited for it. We don't know. Styles make fights. Canelo's a bulldozer. Canelo's going to be up for this fight as well. It's not going to be one of them fights where he's going to want to just coast through it, or he's got someone that's like on the back foot, you know, trying to survive. Crawford's trying to win. We know that. So I think that's why this is such an exciting fight. For it to be a good fight. Stylistically, okay, so the thing about Crawford is when he gets hit, he turns it up. And Canelo as well. It's one of the people, he's not, it's such a good fight, man. For me, it's like one of the best fights. Because I'm a fan of both guys, both of their boxing ability.
On the other hand, the only reason Anthony said he would side with Canelo is because of the clear weight and size advantage Canelo holds going into this fight.
And to be fair with you, that's the only reason I would say if I had to choose someone, I'll choose Canelo. As from what we've seen of Crawford so far, when he's gone up in weight, he's looked better. So at 147, he looked amazing.
Crawford going up in weight, he's looked better?
When he went to 147, he looked amazing. And now, I think, was that his first fight at 147?
No, you're talking about maybe going to 154 when he faced
Madrimov. And that fight wasn't his best. But against Styles make fights, we have to wait and see, man. Let's just wait and see.
Adding to that, Anthony Yard's trainer, Tunde Ajayi, weighed in as well, saying that Crawford's technical and mental abilities make him a serious problem for anyone with Canelo's style. He pointed out that Crawford might struggle against someone like David Benavidez, who throws a high volume of punches every round. But when it comes to Canelo, Crawford's skill and craft give him a real chance to win.
Crawford can beat anyone. Listen, Floyd beat Canelo. Floyd's a small man. Crawford, with that domination, with that power, with that IQ, with that skill set, gonna be a problem for anyone. With that style, let me just reiterate it. With that style, I wouldn't say Crawford would be as successful with someone like a Benavidez. Yeah, because Benavidez throws 19 million punches in one round, and that style alone would cause Crawford different problems. But Canelo, because he's a full masterful boxer, I think Crawford can beat Canelo.
On top of that, Kermel Moton kept it real about Canelo versus Crawford, saying Crawford moving up to 168 is definitely a big jump, but he still believes Crawford has a great chance. He called it a true 50-50 fight where whoever performs better on the night will take the win. He added that in the end, the real winners are the fans, because this matchup is guaranteed to deliver pure excitement and entertainment.
Well, it's a big jump for sure, but I feel like Crawford definitely has a great chance. I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. I really don't know who will come out on top of that one. I just feel like the better man that night will win. So I feel like the fans are the winners in that one.
The speed advantage that Crawford will have over Canelo will definitely affect Canelo more than the weight on Crawford. And but
I don't know. I mean, both them guys, they got a lot of experience, and it's gonna be a great fight. I don't know who to pick as a winner for real, but you know, I got a lot of respect for both guys, and you know, hope both of them come out safe. You know, give us a great show.
However, Carmel did state that even if he is unable to pick a clear winner, he is rooting for Terence Crawford to take the win.
Canelo versus Terence Crawford. Who you got, champ?
I don't have a pick. I feel like I'm a root for Crawford, and so I just feel like Crawford is more multi-dimensional. He can do more things in the ring. You know, he can get on his toes if he really needs to, and then he can also bang in the pocket, obviously. And I feel like Canelo, which Canelo's a great, but I feel like he's more one-dimensional. He's just gonna put that pressure, you know, slick head movement, try to come with them counters. But I just feel like Crawford gonna have the speed advantage, and he gonna probably just outbox Canelo. But I don't have no pick right now, but I'm rooting for Crawford.
Furthermore, Oscar De La Hoya stated that if he were in Crawford's shoes, he would be extremely careful stepping into this fight. He threw a jab at Canelo by saying he would be testing him every single minute, implying suspicions about PED use.
Usage of anything or anything that would enhance Canelo's performance.
I'll be very, very careful. I'll be very, very careful. I mean, if I was fighting Canelo, I would ask for testing every single minute.
Adding to that, he pointed out that Crawford should mainly be concerned about the weight, emphasizing that weight classes exist for a reason. Despite this, Oscar admitted that Crawford is a very skilled fighter who could still pose real problems.
So anyway, I think that Crawford, yeah, I mean, he should be worried about the weight. First of all, there's weight classes for a reason. But I think, look, Crawford is a very skillful fighter. He has everything to win and nothing to lose. So I think it's gonna be a good fight.
Weighing in, Antonio Tarver said that Terence just needs to be himself and stick to what he does best, and there is no need for big changes. He praised Crawford for the way he makes fights happen like nobody else, pointing out that Crawford has already been through challenges like this before and knows exactly how it ends. Tarver added that you can even see it when Terence shadow boxes. It is clear he is visualizing Canelo right there in front of him as he is shadow boxing.
Terence gotta be Terence, bro. He's a real deep thinker. He processed fights like nobody else. And he's processed this Canelo fight. He's seen it. He went through it 2 or 3 times already. He knows how this ends. You can tell the way he shadow boxes. He visualizing Canelo being right there in front of him. You understand? Look at the movement. That's all you got to do. Look at the movement. And that's the type of master boxer that Canelo is going to be facing. And the only thing I say is Canelo hasn't faced an opponent like this in a long time. You know what I mean?
Moreover, Antonio stated that Canelo must become the old version of himself if he wants to have a shot against Terence Crawford.
I think Canelo's going to have to go back to the Caleb Plant fight and look that good, that active, that, you feel me, moving with that type of grace to beat Terence Crawford. Because weight ain't gonna make the difference. It ain't gonna be the weight. It's gonna be the skill set. It's gonna be the skill set and how bad they want it. Because both of them gonna get challenged like they've never been challenged before. I mean, we gonna see can one pull victory from defeat in the biggest fight of the century, bro. Biggest fight of the century. I can't wait, man.
Additionally, former super lightweight champion Regis Prograis sided with Canelo, explaining that when a great little man faces a great big man, the bigger man usually comes out on top because of the size advantage, especially when both have elite technical skills.
I go Canelo. It's great little man versus great big man. Usually, the greater big man, you know, they usually win.
Canelo said that I'm going to show you what happens when a great little man goes up and challenges a great big man.
He said something like Mel. Same thing with Mel. I see what he talking about, like the skill wise. Like Crawford, great, bro. You can same thing. You can put him in historical wise. You can put him as one of the greatest fighters ever. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like with that size difference, you know, like Mel went up and he fought with Mel when they was facing off before that. Mel was the twin. He was looking big. He was looking bigger than Canelo. Everybody was like, damn, like Mel look big. but then it's always on fight night, you can see the difference.
Although siding with Canelo, Regis added that Crawford does have the style to trouble him, but highlighted that he has never tested that style against someone of Canelo's size. Regis explained that the key to beating Canelo is knowing how to box him smartly, like many of his previous opponents did, but the real question is whether Crawford can handle Canelo's power over 12 rounds.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Crawford never fought nobody that, he never fought nobody that big. He probably spoiled a lot of people that big, but he never fought nobody that big, and I think on fight night it will be a difference. But I do think that, I feel like he has the style to beat Canelo, you know, because obviously, you know, you got a Floyd, you got a Beaver, you got Laurel for me, you know, even Trout was giving him like some problems and stuff like that. You gotta know how to box him and stuff, but how can he take that punch? That's the only thing about it. Like, in 12 rounds, most likely you won't get hit, you know what I'm saying? And that's a...
He admitted that he wouldn't be surprised if Crawford came out sharp and outboxed Canelo early on, but pointed out that Canelo is a game changer who can flip a fight at any moment, so for Regis, it still comes down to Canelo taking the fight.
Big, strong ass dude, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I go Canelo. I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford like start early and start outboxing. But then Canelo, he got that game changer. He really does. So I still got Canelo.
In comparing Floyd Mayweather and Crawford, Devin Haney emphasized that Crawford is facing a version of Canelo who is far better and more experienced than the Canelo Floyd fought back then.
I think that Crawford is fighting. I think Crawford is fighting a different Canelo than Floyd has, a much better version Canelo than Floyd fought. So that's why I think the difference is.
Although trainer Mark Faraih stated that Crawford has what it takes to win, he does not appear to be fully convinced, as he is picking Canelo Alvarez to get the victory.
I made a mistake picking Spence against Crawford before. But we actually talking about one of the greatest fighters of all time. And Crawford is a great fighter within himself. Can it be done? Yes, Crawford can do it. You know, can Crawford beat him? Yeah. But I'm going with Canelo in that fight.
In addition, Virgil Ortiz Jr. shared his thoughts on the matchup, saying it is a good fight, but he believes Crawford is simply too small for Canelo. He pointed out that Crawford has only fought once at 154 and is now jumping straight to 168 to face a legend. While he acknowledged Crawford as a great fighter, Ortiz stressed that he is still the smaller great fighter in this clash.
It's a good fight. I think it's a real good fight. I just think Crawford's too small. I just think it's too small. He had one fight at 154, and now he's moving to 168 to fight one of the best of all time. Now, Crawford is one of the best of all time himself. He's just a smaller one of the best of all time, and I think that's just what's going to be the factor here. I'm not saying he doesn't have a chance. I think he has a good chance. I think he really does. I think it's a real close fight, if anything. I just think that Canelo will win, not only because he has skill, because you have to have skill to win, especially against Crawford, who has never lost, but he's going to be, I think he might be a little too big.
Building on that, Brian Norman stated that weight is a very important factor in a fight, and it cannot be ignored, but highlighting in this case that he doubts it would make much difference because, according to him, Canelo is not a real 168-pound fighter.
I think weight does matter in fights for a fact. So, like, for example, let's say exactly what we're looking at. A great, I'm going to give him 154 because that's what he fought at last time. A great 154-pounder versus not even a 160, but a great 168-pounder. You feel me? So, like, I do feel like that plays a big role into all of this. But at the same time, I don't really think Canelo a real 168-pounder. So, who knows how much does this actually factor in this situation? That's the whole key point. And also, a lot of fighters today are fearful going into the fight. They're always scared about what the other man doing. That's why I always say.
Moreover, Mauricio Sulaiman, president of the WBC, weighed in by saying that when fighters like Crawford and Canelo step into the ring, it is difficult to predict anything with certainty. He explained that if Crawford manages to beat Canelo, it would be one of the biggest achievements in boxing and would open countless doors for him.
You never know. You never know. If he beats Canelo, he becomes just the biggest thing in boxing, and he would have so many options as well to do many different things.
As the boxing world holds its breath, the clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford promises to be a seismic moment where legacy, skill, and sheer willpower collide under the brightest spotlight the sport has ever seen. With legends, trainers, fighters, and analysts split down the middle, one thing is crystal clear: history is about to be written in the most electrifying way possible. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest fights, and drop your predictions in the comments section down below. And we will see you in the next video with more exciting updates.